Most people start their morning with a drink that quietly raises their blood sugar before breakfast even begins. A glass of orange juice, sweet coffee, flavored yogurt drinks, even certain smoothies that look healthy. Within 30 minutes, those drinks can push glucose levels far higher than most people realize. Curious. Your pancreas releases a surge of insulin. Energy rises quickly, then crashes. By mid-morning, many people feel tired, hungry, and reach for another snack. But here's something most people are never told. The first drink you consume in the morning can determine how stable your blood sugar stays for the next 4 to 6 hours. Choose the wrong drink, and your body starts the day fighting glucose spikes and energy crashes. Thoughtful, choose the right drink, and you may support steadier glucose levels, calmer insulin responses, and more consistent energy throughout the morning. This is not about extreme diets or complicated health routines. Excited. It's about understanding how certain natural compounds interact with your metabolism. Some ingredients help slow digestion, so sugar enters the bloodstream gradually. Others support insulin sensitivity at the cellular level. Some help reduce inflammation and improve circulation, both of which play important roles in metabolic health. When these compounds are consumed early in the morning, they help set the body up for better glucose control during the hours that follow. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through 7 morning drinks that research suggests may help support blood sugar balance and cardiovascular health. These are simple drinks many people already have ingredients for at home. No complicated preparation, no expensive supplements, just practical habits that may support your metabolism in a powerful way. But before we get into those drinks, you need to understand something important about what happens inside your body overnight. While you are sleeping, your body is far from inactive. In fact, several important metabolic processes are taking place throughout the night, many of which directly influence your blood sugar levels by the time you wake up. One of the most important of these processes is something called the dawn phenomenon. In the early morning hours, usually between 3 a.m. and 8 a.m., the body naturally releases certain hormones that help prepare you to wake up and become active. Hormones such as cortisol, growth hormone, and adrenaline begin increasing as part of the body's internal biological clock. These hormones send signals to the liver. The liver then releases stored glucose into the bloodstream to provide energy for the day ahead. For people with normal insulin sensitivity, the body quickly responds by releasing just enough insulin to move that glucose into cells where it can be used for energy. But for people with insulin resistance, pre-diabetes, or type 2 diabetes, the situation can be different. When insulin signaling is less efficient, the glucose released by the liver remains in the bloodstream longer than it should. As a result, many people wake up with higher fasting blood sugar levels, even though they have not eaten anything. Another factor that can influence morning glucose levels is overnight dehydration. While you sleep, your body continues to lose fluids through breathing and natural metabolic processes. If you go several hours without drinking water, the concentration of glucose in the bloodstream can become slightly higher, simply because there is less fluids circulating in the body. This is one reason hydration first thing in the morning can be helpful. The drink you choose when you wake up interacts directly with these overnight metabolic changes. A sugary beverage may add even more glucose to an already elevated level, but the right type of drink can support hydration, digestion, and metabolic balance as your body transitions from rest to activity. Understanding this overnight process helps explain why morning choices matter so much for blood sugar control. Now, here is where many people unintentionally make the problem worse. The drinks most commonly consumed in the morning are often the ones that raise blood sugar the fastest. Take fruit juice, for example. Orange juice is widely considered a healthy breakfast drink. It contains vitamin C and natural fruit sugars. So many people assume it must be good for the body, but when fruit is turned into juice, something important is lost. The fiber. Whole fruit contains fiber that slows digestion and helps regulate how quickly sugar enters the bloodstream. But once the fruit is juiced, the sugars remain while most of the fiber disappears. What you are left with is a drink that delivers large amounts of fast-absorbing sugar. Within minutes of drinking it, glucose can rise sharply. Sweet coffee drinks create a similar issue. Many morning coffees contain flavored syrups, sugar, sweetened creamers, or whipped toppings. A single large flavored coffee can easily contain 30 to 50 grams of sugar, sometimes more than a soft drink. Even drinks marketed as healthy can cause problems. Sweetened yogurt drinks, bottled smoothies, and flavored plant milks often contain added sugars that push blood sugar levels higher very quickly. Because they are liquids, they move through the stomach faster than solid food. This means the sugars they contain reach the bloodstream rapidly. The result is often a glucose spike, followed by an energy crash later in the morning. When blood sugar rises quickly, the pancreas releases large amounts of insulin to bring it back down. But when insulin surges this way, glucose may drop too quickly afterward. Many people then feel tired, shaky, or hungry again just a few hours later. This cycle of spikes and crashes places stress on the metabolic system over time. The good news is that the first drink of the morning does not have to work this way. Certain drinks contain compounds that actually slow glucose absorption and support metabolic balance instead of disrupting it. And that's what we're going to explore next. Before we begin talking about the specific morning drinks, it's important to understand why certain drinks support blood sugar stability while others cause problems. The difference comes down to a few key metabolic mechanisms. The first is hydration. After several hours of sleep, the body is often mildly dehydrated. During the night, you continue to lose fluids through breathing and normal metabolic activity. When you wake up, your bloodstream may contain slightly less fluid than usual. This means glucose circulating in the blood can become more concentrated. Starting the morning with proper hydration helps restore fluid balance and supports healthy circulation. Water and certain natural drinks help the kidneys and liver function more efficiently, which plays a role in regulating glucose levels. The second mechanism involves compounds that slow digestion. Some natural ingredients contain soluble fibers, plant polyphenols, or organic acids that slow the rate at which food leaves the stomach. When digestion slows down, glucose enters the bloodstream more gradually instead of rising sharply all at once. This helps reduce the large spikes that place stress on the pancreas and blood vessels. The third mechanism is insulin sensitivity. Certain plant compounds appear to influence how efficiently insulin receptors on cells respond to glucose. When insulin signaling works properly, glucose moves from the bloodstream into the cells, where it can be used for energy. Improved insulin sensitivity means the body can regulate blood sugar using smaller, more controlled amounts of insulin. Finally, some drinks contain anti-inflammatory and antioxidant compounds that help protect blood vessels from oxidative stress. This is especially important for people managing diabetes since elevated glucose levels over time can damage the delicate lining of arteries. When hydration, digestion control, insulin sensitivity, and antioxidant protection work together, the result is a much more stable metabolic environment. The morning drinks we're about to discuss work through one or more of these mechanisms, helping the body start the day in a more balanced metabolic state. Let's begin with drink number 7. One of the simplest morning habits you can start immediately: warm lemon water. At first glance, this drink may seem too simple to make a meaningful difference. But when you look at what happens inside the body, you begin to understand why many metabolic specialists recommend starting the morning with it. The first benefit is hydration. After 6 to 8 hours of sleep, the body naturally wakes up slightly dehydrated. Proper hydration helps improve circulation and supports the kidneys, which play an important role in filtering excess glucose from the bloodstream. Drinking water first thing in the morning helps restore fluid balance and supports the body's natural metabolic processes. Adding lemon provides an additional benefit. Lemons contain vitamin C and natural plant compounds called flavonoids. These compounds act as antioxidants that help reduce oxidative stress in the body. Since elevated blood sugar levels can increase oxidative stress over time, antioxidant support may help protect blood vessels and metabolic tissues. Lemon water may also support digestion. The mild acidity in lemon juice can stimulate digestive enzymes and prepare the stomach for food. When digestion begins efficiently, the body is better able to process nutrients and regulate how quickly glucose enters the bloodstream. Another small but useful benefit is appetite regulation. Many people begin their day with sweet drinks that immediately trigger cravings for more sugar later in the morning. Warm lemon water, on the other hand, contains almost no sugar. This helps prevent an early glucose spike and allows the body to maintain a more stable metabolic state before breakfast. Preparation is simple. Squeeze the juice of half a fresh lemon into a cup of warm water and drink it shortly after waking up. The water should be warm, not boiling, to preserve the natural compounds in the lemon. It's a small habit, but starting the day with hydration and antioxidant support can help prepare your metabolism for the hours ahead. Now let's move to drink number 6, and this one contains a spice that has been studied for its potential role in supporting blood sugar balance. Cinnamon water. Cinnamon is not just a flavoring used in desserts or coffee. Inside the bark of cinnamon are natural compounds that appear to influence how the body processes glucose. These compounds include substances such as cinnamaldehyde and polyphenols, which researchers have studied for their metabolic effects. One of the ways cinnamon may help is by supporting insulin sensitivity. Insulin is the hormone responsible for moving glucose from the bloodstream into the cells where it can be used for energy. When insulin sensitivity is reduced, the body needs to release larger amounts of insulin to manage the same amount of glucose. Over time, this can contribute to metabolic strain. Certain compounds in cinnamon appear to help improve how efficiently insulin receptors respond. When receptors function more effectively, glucose can move into cells more smoothly, which helps maintain steadier blood sugar levels. Cinnamon may also influence digestive enzymes that break down carbohydrates. Some studies suggest that cinnamon can slow the activity of enzymes responsible for converting complex carbohydrates into simple sugars. When this process is slowed, glucose enters the bloodstream more gradually rather than rapidly. Another advantage of cinnamon is its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. Chronic inflammation and oxidative stress are both associated with insulin resistance and metabolic imbalance. The plant compounds in cinnamon may help reduce some of these inflammatory signals in the body. Preparing cinnamon water is simple. You can add half to 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon to a cup of warm water and allow it to steep for several minutes. Another option is to simmer a small cinnamon stick in hot water for a few minutes and drink the infusion once it has cooled slightly. It is generally recommended to use Ceylon cinnamon, sometimes called true cinnamon, because it contains lower levels of certain compounds that may be present in larger amounts in other varieties. As with any dietary habit, cinnamon water is not a cure for diabetes. But as part of a balanced routine, it may support healthier metabolic function when used consistently. Now, let's move to drink number 5. And this is one of the most widely studied beverages when it comes to metabolic health. Green tea. Green tea has been consumed for centuries in many parts of the world, and modern research has taken a closer look at the compounds that make this drink unique. Inside green tea leaves are powerful plant chemicals called catechins, especially one known as EGCG or epigallocatechin gallette. These compounds act as strong antioxidants and appear to influence several metabolic processes in the body. One of the ways green tea may support blood sugar balance is by improving insulin sensitivity. Some research suggests that catechins can help cells respond more effectively to insulin signals. When insulin receptors function properly, glucose can move from the bloodstream into cells more efficiently. This helps maintain more stable glucose levels after meals. Green tea may also support fat metabolism. Catechins have been shown to stimulate certain enzymes involved in fat oxidation, meaning the body may become slightly more efficient at using stored fat for energy. Since excess body fat is closely linked with insulin resistance, supporting fat metabolism can contribute to improved metabolic balance over time. Another advantage of green tea is its effect on inflammation and oxidative stress. Elevated blood sugar can increase the production of free radicals in the body, which can damage cells and blood vessels. The antioxidant compounds in green tea help neutralize these free radicals, protecting tissues from oxidative stress. Green tea also contains a small amount of natural caffeine, but far less than coffee. This modest caffeine content can provide gentle alertness without the large stimulant effect that strong coffee drinks sometimes produce. Preparation is simple. Steep a green tea bag or loose green tea leaves in hot water for about 3 to 5 minutes. The water should be hot but not boiling, as extremely high temperatures can degrade some of the delicate catechins. Drinking green tea in green. The morning can provide hydration, antioxidants, and plant compounds that support metabolic health while helping you start the day with steady energy. Now, let's talk about drink number 4. And this is one that has gained a lot of attention in metabolic research over the past several years. Apple cider vinegar drink. Apple cider vinegar contains a natural compound called acetic acid. and this compound appears to influence several processes related to blood sugar regulation. One of the most studied effects of acetic acid is its ability to slow gastric emptying, which means it slows the rate at which food leaves the stomach and enters the small intestine. When digestion moves more slowly, carbohydrates are broken down and absorbed into the bloodstream at a more gradual pace. This can help reduce the sharp glucose spikes that sometimes occur after meals. Acetic acid may also influence enzymes involved in carbohydrate digestion. Some studies suggest that vinegar can slightly reduce the activity of enzymes that convert complex carbohydrates into simple sugars. When this process is slowed, glucose enters the bloodstream more gradually. Another interesting effect involves insulin sensitivity. Research has shown that vinegar consumed before or with meals may improve how effectively the body uses insulin. When insulin signaling improves, cells can absorb glucose from the bloodstream more efficiently, helping maintain more stable glucose levels. Apple cider vinegar also contains small amounts of polyphenols and organic acids that contribute to its antioxidant properties. These compounds help reduce oxidative stress and support overall metabolic health. Preparing this drink is simple, but requires proper dilution. Add 1 TBSP of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar to a large glass of water. Stir well and drink it slowly. Because vinegar is acidic, it should always be diluted to protect the teeth and digestive system. Some people prefer to add a small squeeze of lemon or a pinch of cinnamon for flavor. It is also important not to exceed moderate amounts. Typically, 1 to 2 tablespoons per day is considered sufficient. While apple cider vinegar is not a replacement for medical treatment, when used appropriately, it may support healthier digestion, improved insulin sensitivity, and more stable blood sugar patterns throughout the morning. Now let's move to drink number 3, and this one brings together digestion support, anti-inflammatory benefits, and improved circulation. Ginger drink. Ginger has been used for centuries in traditional medicine systems around the world, but beyond its long history of use, modern research has begun to explore how certain compounds in ginger may support metabolic health. The main active compounds in ginger are gingerols and shogals. These natural plant chemicals have strong antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. Inflammation plays a significant role in metabolic imbalance. When inflammation levels remain elevated in the body, insulin signaling can become less effective. This condition, known as insulin resistance, makes it harder for glucose to move from the bloodstream into cells. The compounds in ginger appear to help reduce inflammatory signals in the body, which may support healthier insulin function over time. Another benefit of ginger involves digestion. Ginger is known to stimulate digestive enzymes and support stomach motility. When digestion functions efficiently, nutrients move through the digestive system at a balanced pace. This can help regulate how quickly glucose enters the bloodstream after meals. Ginger may also contribute to improved circulation. Some research suggests that ginger can help relax blood vessels and support blood flow. Healthy circulation is important because glucose and insulin travel through the bloodstream to reach cells throughout the body. Better circulation can support more efficient nutrient delivery and metabolic function. Preparing a ginger drink in the morning is simple. You can slice a small piece of fresh ginger root and steep it in hot water for about 5 to 10 minutes. Once the water has absorbed the ginger's flavor and compounds, allow it to cool slightly before drinking. Some people add a small squeeze of lemon to enhance flavor and provide additional vitamin C. The result is a warm, naturally flavored drink that supports hydration while providing plant compounds that may benefit digestion, circulation, and metabolic balance. Starting the day with ginger tea can be a gentle way to prepare the digestive system and support overall metabolic health. Now, let's move to drink number 2. And this one may surprise you because it uses an ingredient many people already have in their kitchen: chia seed water. Chia seeds may be small, but nutritionally, they are incredibly powerful. These tiny seeds contain a combination of soluble fiber, healthy fats, and important minerals that support metabolic health. One of the most important features of chia seeds is their soluble fiber content. When chia seeds come into contact with liquid, they absorb water and expand, forming a thick gel-like texture. This gel slows digestion in the stomach and small intestine. Why does this matter for blood sugar? When digestion slows down, carbohydrates are broken down and absorbed more gradually. Instead of glucose entering the bloodstream all at once, it enters slowly over time. This helps prevent the sharp spikes in blood sugar that can occur after meals. Just 1 tablespoon of chia seeds can provide several grams of fiber, which makes a meaningful difference in how quickly nutrients move through the digestive system. Chia seeds are also rich in omega-3 fatty acids, particularly alpha-linolenic acid. These healthy fats help reduce inflammation and support cardiovascular health. Since diabetes and cardiovascular disease are closely connected, foods that support both systems are especially valuable. Another key nutrient found in chia seeds is magnesium. Magnesium plays a critical role in glucose metabolism and insulin signaling. Many people with insulin resistance have lower magnesium levels, so including foods rich in this mineral can support healthier metabolic function. Preparing chia seed water is very simple. Add 1 tablespoon of chia seeds to a glass of water and allow the seeds to sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. During this time, they will absorb the liquid and form the gel-like consistency that supports slower digestion. Some people prefer to add a squeeze of lemon for flavor.